There we go.
Okay, welcome to another episode of the Leaving California podcast. This is a podcast that explores stories of individuals and families who are trying to make the decision of whether or not to leave California for greener pastures. I'm your host, Cherie Harrington, and today we have two special guests with us, my friends Tina and Arnie Sharp, who are real estate agents from South Dakota. They're here to share insights about the ups and downs of making the move from the Golden State to South Dakota. Welcome, Tina and Arnie.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you guys back.
Yeah.
Very excited. So let's dive right in. Can you guys tell the listeners a little bit about yourselves and how you ended up being real estate agents in South Dakota?
Sure. Yeah. So we originally were in Colorado. So I've been an agent for 10 years. So we were in Colorado. I was with one of the top teams in that area, but we weren't really happy living in Colorado anymore. So we decided to make a move, and long story short, we ended up picking South Dakota for a lot of different reasons. And
Black Hills are very similar to Colorado. So, the hills still can hike and bike and be active outside. We love that.
We wanted to be somewhere where we could do outdoor stuff.
So why did you guys leave Colorado? I'm curious, because I know a lot of states since COVID, have changed demographically. And so people moved and then things shifted from what they thought it was going to be. So what was the shift there, or was there a shift, or you just wanted to go somewhere different?
Well, we moved in 2020 during the whole pandemic.
Okay.
Yep.
And Colorado just shifted a lot of things. I'll just say politically, and also just it felt very crowded. Even when we went on trails and hiking and biking, it didn't feel like we ever got away from people.
There are people everywhere.
And so, like we said, South Dakota has a lot of similarities as far as trails, hiking, biking, outdoor activities. And, as kind of a testament to what we thought it would be like, the first hike we ever went on, we didn't see anybody for like an hour and a half.
Oh, wow. That would freak me out.
This is one couple that we passed. They had went up a different way. So we just crossed.
Okay.
We were like, wow.
Interesting.
We don't have traffic up here. We have like traffic minutes. We don't have traffic hour.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
So that kind of feeds into tell me what you love about living in South Dakota. What are some things for people to consider that are thinking about leaving California and going to somewhere like South Dakota? What are some of the things that we might not even think about that you love about the area?
You want to start? Or you want me to
Well,
start?
we just love, being able to be active, be outside. It's not as cold as a lot of people think. When people think of South Dakota, a lot of times they think of North Dakota. That's really cold.
Okay, that's what I think of. So tell us about the weather. What are the seasons like?
So they actually call this area the banana belt of South Dakota. So it's a little bit warmer. So moving from Colorado, we did wonder about that, and we looked it up. It gets just a little bit more snow and maybe a little bit colder in the wintertime for a few weeks. We do have below zero, but it's usually, a couple weeks, and then it's gone in January, February. Our first party we had at our house, it was -6, and we had 33 people show up. So, they're pretty hardy up here.
Yeah, they're used to it, huh?
Yeah. But we love the weather. It's not that cold really.
Yeah. We have 4 seasons, and it's just a mix of stuff. So it's nice to have the changes, and we like that too.
Yeah. It's a little different than the east part of the state. We call it East River or West River. The eastern part gets more of the moisture and the humidity, and so there's more snow and it stays longer. But the western side isn't quite like that.
Yeah, we also call it the east side and the fun side. So
Nice. That's awesome. I think that's super interesting because, like I said, I just think when I think either Dakota, right, I just think freezing, and you don't know what you don't know. Yeah. So that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, our worst months are probably January, February. That's when it gets cold.
Actually, the worst snowstorm we saw was actually when we moved. Wow. We had 10 inches of snow.
That was in October. So
oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. In the state, I find that interesting in the states where it does snow. I'm from upstate New York, and I've been back there a bunch of times in October for my dad's birthday, and it snowed, and I'm like, what? They haven't even had Halloween yet. How is this possible?
Now, just to be completely transparent too, we also have hail. We're like the hail capital of the world here.
Okay.
And so,
When looking for a place here, you really want a garage.
yeah.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
at
I
least
could see that. And what about like
Surprising
damage?
that there are a lot of houses that do not have garages.
Oh, wow.
But,
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have a lot of damage from the hail, like roof damage and that kind of stuff? So
Yeah.
a lot like Utah then. Utah, I think, is the same way.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when every time we as someone's buying a house, we always have the roof checked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So,
if
yeah.
it's been over 7 years, yeah. We had one recently, it was over 20 years, and we were like, you haven't had the roof repaired,
Yeah, it's pretty
replaced?
rare.
That's kind of a rarity.
That's interesting. So how does that affect the homeowner's insurance?
Um,
How do you feel like your costs are as far as homeowners insurance goes, like compared to California? Like ours is getting completely out of control. Everybody I'm talking to, including ourselves, every time it renews, in some cases it's like doubling and tripling, or people are getting canceled altogether.
I don't think it's,
I don't think it's quite that bad. I mean, it has gone up, and we have heard some threats of some companies possibly leaving just because of that. There's a lot of hail claims.
The big thing is if different class of shingles. So like a class 3 shingle is like your average shingle, but a class 4 shingle is supposed to be more hail resistant, and homeowners insurance will give you a discount usually if you have a class 4 shingle, or like some people have metal roofs.
Yeah, we just helped 2 buyers, military buyers recently, where they needed the roofs replaced, and they paid the difference. They didn't ask they told the seller that they would be happy to pay the difference between the class 3 and class 4. And it's not a huge difference in price that in between there.
Yeah.
So they just covered that. So they're able to do that and then help with their insurance.
I think those are such important things for people to know, and to use a real estate agent that's going to talk to you about these things, and not go on Zillow and press, I want to see this home or whatever. And maybe I'm not saying Zillow agents are horrible, but maybe they don't care as much. Like, I know you guys, I know you care. So anybody that I would have going to that area would be referred to you. But things like that are so important, because if you get into a house and you didn't have the roof checked out, and you have the next hailstorm, and then you have to replace it, that's a giant expense that people are not.
Yes.
We also want to make sure too that that the house is insurable, and 99% of the time it is. But if someone had a hail claim, for example, and they didn't satisfy it, or they're going to get it completed, then the insurance company may want that satisfied before they'll insure on it. So we always make sure they check that. So.
Okay. What is the housing market like right there now? Has it slowed down like it has here? And like, what's the average price of like a 2,500 square foot home?
So the average price of a home up here is around 370, 380. And I would say that, the market's definitely slowed. However, it's still a seller's market here. And we say that because it's still low inventory. Buyers are being ultra picky right now. We're seeing homes stay on the market a little bit longer. However, if a home looks really good and is priced conservatively, then it can still go quickly. So, and on a rare occasion, you might get a multiple offer still, but it's pretty rare.
But buyers have a lot of power right now. I mean, they're able to ask for concessions. They're able to possibly get the house for a lower price if it's been sitting for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we tell buyers it's a great time.
The same here then.
Yeah.
And for the savvy buyer who's okay with, a house that maybe doesn't look the greatest, but it has good bones and a good location, some of those homes are sitting, but with a little bit of elbow grease and a little bit of
love.
Then you've got a great house at a much lower price, because a lot of people are skipping past those homes.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. How would you say the school districts are there? I know that's
it's really hard for us to say, because we've never had a child in the school district here.
Okay.
So caveat that first. When we moved here, our daughter was already out of school.
Okay. When we hear from our clients and what they tell us, of course, the West Side is we always hear the West Side's really good school district, or over by the base, because base kids are usually better because they have to, keep their kids better.
there's Ellsworth Air Force Base, and so
Yeah.
those schools that people talk very highly of, and on the west side. So
Okay.
I don't know how it compares. I guess it depends on what people are used to. So.
Yeah.
Do you guys, so where do you direct people to go to understand how the school districts are? Is it, so we use like greatschools.net here. I don't know if that's a nationwide site or if that's a California site, but people can put in their address and it'll give you like 9 out of 10, 6 out of 10,
Oh,
whatever. Or do you just have people?
site.
Yeah.
So we usually just direct them to the school sites. There's some
Okay.
links that we can give to people,
Okay.
and they can call up the schools, I'm sure, or see their information about them there.
And I would assume there's probably the same types of Facebook groups as there are here. There's a lot of moms groups. So like I see people posting all the time, we're moving to North County, San Diego, where are the best schools? And so I always kind of direct people to look at the local Facebook groups.
Yeah, I tell people that too. And I actually tell them a couple specific ones that are good to go to.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about traffic, so that's amazing. How about crime? Are you guys seeing, like, since COVID, are you seeing a spike in crime or homelessness, or do you have to deal with that at all?
Well, we do have homelessness here, and there is crime like there is in every city. But
in South Dakota, we have a lot of Indian reservations, so there's a lot of Native people. So sometimes there's a lot of roaming people in certain areas of town.
Yeah, I mean, like every town or any city, there's certain areas that you may not want to be at night. But it's a small town. It's like a town of like what, 80,000?
90,000.
So it's not a huge city.
But the second largest in South Dakota.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, it just depends on where you go. But I think for the most part, I'd feel much safer here than I would in a big city. Much safer. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other positives you can think of maybe that we didn't discuss?
Well, it's depending on what people like to do. One of the things that I love is that I can get out in the middle of nowhere in no time. So in Colorado, like we said, we felt like we couldn't get away from people. And here we can, 15 minutes, you're in the middle of nowhere. And, we've got also national monuments, Badlands, and a lot of touristy stuff. So it's fun to live in a place where people want to visit.
Yeah. So we see a lot of tourists. I'm actually a certified tourism ambassador, so I can answer questions to people when I see that, tell them about different things. One of our favorite places to go is Custer State Park. It's where we see the buffalo. In May is the best time to go. We usually go up for a Mother's Day brunch into one of the restaurants in the park, and we see all the cinnamon babies. And so
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
And then there's the wild donkeys that you're not supposed to feed them, but people bring carrots and feed them all the time. They come right up to your car. It's pretty fun.
That's so crazy. Yeah, you don't see that here. We have coyotes. That's it.
Yeah,
don't want to be around.
We like to watch the tourists who get out of their cars near the wild animals.
Yeah.
Don't pet the fluffy cows, is what we say.
Yeah.
But we also have, deer everywhere, wild turkeys just kind of roaming around.
Yeah.
So
at our house, we see wild turkey, deer, bunnies, on occasion, a mountain lion.
Yeah.
On our Ring video. I mean, they've come by.
Never seen it live.
That's cool, though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just so different. I need to come and visit you guys. Sounds cool.
It's such a beautiful area here. And it really is one of these places that's kind of a hidden gem. I never even considered South Dakota until 2020. And we were looking around, where would we go? And when we really did our research, we found out how much this is very similar to where we were living before. And I just love it here. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It sounds like the housing prices are amazing. And that's, one of the main reasons that people are leaving here is because the prices are so out of control. So I'm sure since COVID, your prices have probably doubled like ours have. So it probably seems high.
Yeah. I think in 2020, the average price was $280.
Yeah. So,
so a lot of people up here think it's very high priced.
Yeah.
Things have gone crazy.
What they're used to.
Well, and it was, it's very reasonable compared to Colorado too. We got a small house on 3/4 of an acre for what we sold our townhouse for, roughly what we sold our townhouse for in Colorado. So
and we're just outside of town. We can go out and sit on our deck and we have a view of the Black Hills. It's just so peaceful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are some things that people might not think about, like some challenges or difficulties that they might face from moving from California to South Dakota?
I would say you don't have all the same big box stores and department stores and all that stuff. Like we don't have Costco here.
We have Sam's Club. We're working on a Costco. But we've got Lowe's, we got Menards. If you're familiar with what Menards is, it's like a Lowe's or Home Depot.
Okay.
We've got Safeway, big grocery stores. Just not, lots and lots. There's a mall.
Yeah. So
I'd say,
well, I was going to say in Colorado, it was easy to go find organic food and natural food. And so Tina's been really resourceful about connecting to different
businesses. Yeah. And so I'm very organic. We try to eat really healthy. So there's, different, there's a Black Hills Bulk Foods, and they try to get more organic things. I'm part of Frontier Buying Club, and Azure drops off here. So there's different ways of getting good stuff. You just have to look for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say another thing that might be, something to think about is about jobs. I mean, we probably don't have as many jobs as a lot of other places have,
Okay.
corporate, or whatever kind of jobs.
Yeah.
There are a lot of entrepreneurs here.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see
We've
that.
helped people start their, and one guy we helped from California, a couple that lived in Sonora. They're our best friends. They're awesome.
Nice.
But he could fix just about anything. We said, you need to start your own handyman business. And it has just skyrocketed. And he's really made a great business out of it. He's such a perfectionist that it's great to refer him to people.
And that's really a good point to make. Anybody who has any kind of skilled trade can come up here and make a killing, because there's just not enough of them. Yeah. There's too many good old boys. A lot of the good old boys are getting out of the business because they've just been doing it for 40 years. They're tired.
Yeah.
And so if you have that kind of specialty trade, then it's a great, it's easy to start up a business here.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. That's good to know. And then I'm sure a lot of people work remotely still.
Yep.
Because of COVID. So you probably have a lot of that, and then military. So
yeah, we have a couple we're helping. I'm not sure where the Youngs live.
Oh, they're from California.
Yeah, they're from California. So south of you. You gave us a referral partner, or you directed me to her. They're moving here, and they wanted remote, but she works from home. So they needed to make sure that they had. We have a lot of the Elon Musk. What's it called? The dish that we have. Sky. No, not Sky.
I always want to call it Skynet, but it's not Skynet. It's
the Skylink.
Yes,
Starlink.
Or Starlink. Yeah.
Starlink. So a lot of people use that. That's what we use at our house.
Okay.
Actually, they're from Simi Valley, which I think is north of you.
Oh, north.
Oh, okay, that's north. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of up above LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, those are things to think about, right? Like the internet service, any of that stuff. You just don't even think about it. So that's interesting. And then how about Mexican restaurants? Do you guys have any good Mexican restaurants? I hear everybody complain about that on the Leaving California Facebook page.
Oh, really?
Because of the Mexican restaurants.
We do have this restaurant that just opened up. It's called McQually, and it's amazing. The food there is phenomenal. They make the guacamole right in front of you. The only downside of that place is it gets a little bit noisy because the acoustics aren't the greatest, but they got amazing food.
That was one of the things we struggled with moving here too, because Colorado had great Mexican food.
Isn't that funny? The things.
Yeah. So there's another place that couple from Sonora, they actually found a place too called
Acapulco, or no, something like that.
Oh my word. Escaping us, but there's a place too that we like, that they introduced us to.
There are some amazing restaurants here.
Oh, yeah.
There's some that I think are some of the best restaurants I've ever been to anywhere.
Chef-driven ones. There's a couple in Custer, one in Hot Springs. There's a really good place up in Spearfish. I would call that Mexican. It's kind of a fusion of Latin flavors and it's up. Yeah,
it's the best. It's the best food for your money by far.
Yeah.
So it's not expensive, and it's really good food. So yeah, it's amazing.
And I think that's the thing too. Once you move there, like you need to talk to people like you guys that have been there for a while and you know where all the good stuff is, right? So you're not struggling. So
Yeah.
We pretend we're foodies. So if you want to,
got that down.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there anything, like, I always like to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Like, is there anything like, oh my God, you need to know about this before you move here, or you're just going to freak out once you get here, that you guys can think of? For example, everybody I talk to and all the Florida realtors are like, oh my God, we have so many snakes, you know, and it rains every day in the summer. Is there anything like crazy like that that we might not even think about?
I mean, we see deer downtown. I mean, I was driving downtown once and just started crossing the four-way, and I was like, what?
Definitely got to watch out for them, because if you hit
Yeah, you gotta watch out
really damage your car.
if you're driving at night, it is a thing.
Yeah. The hail is bad, you know, can be bad.
The one thing that I was surprised by from coming to Colorado is I grew up in Colorado and never had snow tires, never bothered with it. In fact, grew up, my parents kind of had ball tires most of the time. Never even thought about it, drive in the wintertime all the time. But up here, the snow is a little bit wetter, a little bit slicker. And so you absolutely need good tires in your car when you're here. And there's for realtors, as realtors, we realized that this little car, Tina had a Prius. I had a Honda Fit, which was awesome if you're on pavement.
Yeah.
But if you get on the dirt roads, which we have to quite a bit, not so good. So there's a lot more dirt roads out here, and it kind of speaks to being able to get in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say just the hail and just the wet snow, I think, can be a little bit more of an issue than we realized. So
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about creatures, though. I mean, that's amazing. We don't really have a lot of mosquitoes or insects. So.
That's amazing. That's another thing that for me, because I'm so spoiled now. I mean, I'm from upstate New York, so I've been around bugs all my life, but there are like no bugs here. And that's always a thing when I go somewhere. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many bugs. So you guys don't have a lot of bugs?
He needs to retract that just a bit. We have box elder bugs.
What is it?
They're called box elder bugs. So the town just to the east of us is called Box Elder, and that's where the Air Force Base is. But these bugs somehow get in your house. We just had all new windows put in, and they still get into our house. Yeah. And they look like little elongated beetles, kind of.
But they're the most harmless things ever.
But all of a sudden, flying in your house, and you're like, ah.
It's just so funny, a man's perspective and a woman's perspective on bugs.
They're not going to bite you.
No. Right.
I don't never have them fly in my food or be buzzing around me. Usually you clean up the wall, you go over with the paper towel and you kill it and you throw it away because they never move. Like, okay, it's like they got a death wish or something, but around. But again, they're just more of kind of an annoyance.
Or you can release them too.
Right. That would be the vegan thing to do. Come on.
Wow.
That's
right.
Man, woman.
Yeah, exactly. So I really appreciate you guys coming on today. Before we wrap up, do you have any final tips or words of wisdom for anybody thinking about making a move there?
I think it's the kind of place, if you want to be in a place where there's fewer people and you can get out and be away from people.
More relaxed lifestyle.
More relaxed. Yeah, it's very easygoing here. So I think that, that's one of the things I love about it. It's so much more laid back.
And people are friendly.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice. What would you guys say is the worst time of year there? Because I always tell people, like, if you're thinking about moving somewhere, so Florida, again, for example, because so many people move to Florida from here, like go in the summer because it's super humid and it's raining a lot. So what would be the time of year for people to go there? Like January, February, when it's the harshest part as far as the cold?
Yeah, January is usually the coldest. I mean, if you're going to buy, it might be the best time to buy because there's fewer people looking at homes at that time.
True.
But if you're just worried about the move itself, then you're more likely to hit snow and ice in January, February.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know people never want to visit somewhere at the worst time of the year, right? But I feel like if you're going to move somewhere, you really gotta see what's going on. And that's why I appreciate you guys today, all of your honesty and practical advice.
You're welcome.
I've had a lot of clients who have sold their house here, moved to Florida, Texas, Arizona. I mean, I had one lady like 2 months later, and she's like, I'm out of here. She moved in July. So, one of the hottest times of the year, but never went back to visit during that time. And she was just worried about the cost of living. So the hard thing about leaving here, selling your house, leaving here, moving somewhere else, and then you hate it, is even if you wait a few months, the prices are still going up. You can't come back.
Right.
And that's the bummer part, or you left a really nice, maybe a big house in a great area, and then you come back and you have to go into a different kind of area or a home that you don't really love. So I always tell people, everywhere has its unique charm and challenges. Just make sure you're going somewhere that you really want to be, and you're not just leaving because you're mad. Like you're mad about politics, or you're mad about the housing prices,
Right.
or whatever. And not everybody leaves for those reasons either, right? Some people move for jobs or family or whatever. But I feel like the people that move that are emotional about the move, those are usually the ones that are sad that they left or can't come back. So it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Like if someone's looking for a town or a city that's a lot of hustle and bustle, a lot of activity. Yeah. Not Rapid City, not South.
Yeah. Good to know. Yeah. So what's the best way for our audience to reach you guys?
Well,
our phone numbers?
Yeah, sure. Whatever's the easiest.
Our number is 605-858-9722 is my number.
And 605-381-8484.
And our website is sharprealtysd.com.
Yeah.
Cool. And I'll put all of your information in the notes. And I just want to thank you guys for your time and being such incredible referral partners. And I've really loved getting to know you over the last few years and consider you guys friends. So I'm very
likewise, Cherie. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, you got to come up here and visit too, although you may not want to leave. I'll tell you.
Not in January or February, though.
No.
Apparently. We need to have a meeting up there one of these times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be great.
Thank you guys so much. I know you're busy, so I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.